What's up YouTube, PokePrimer here, ready to deliver you my draft analysis for the PCR North. We've been in Pokemon Conquest Royale, the PCR before. Now they've expanded outwards. We merged kind of a little bit with another group called the PWC. And basically, through all of that, we were able to expand outward and have now two separate divisions. Which is super dope. PCR North and South, which is super fun. I'm in the North Division, and this is my draft. We have some stiff competition, I won't lie, but I really love my draft, and I'm really excited to use it, and I can't wait to really do more with this. Like this is this is like close to one of my favorite leagues to be in because it's some of the highest competition I've ever had. So I'm really excited to dive back in over here at PCR. So first one I drafted is Megalopunny. I'm going to try to not make this draft analysis too terribly long because I do have other things I need to get recorded. So first off, I went with Megalopunny. I didn't give them nicknames. Well, I did like in battle. This is going to be Chun-Li again as usual. Scrappy for the ability. Allowing us to smack those ghost types with our stab moves, which is fantastic, which means that there really is not much of a switch in for Megalopunny. Megalopunny is one of those mons that just puts in work against pretty much any team. It's just one of those mons that just kills it. Just kills it out there on the battlefield and really puts in a lot of work. And I absolutely love Megalopunny for that reason. Has plenty of coverage, but usually doesn't need it. Usually things like Return and then High Jump Kick / Drain Punch, depending on the week, do the work for it. Has some decent support moves as well. Megalopunny is just a really, really fantastic Pokemon, and I'm really, really happy to have it again. It's been a long time since I drafted Megalop, so yeah, it's going to be really cool to use it once again. Next up, I followed this up with Mew, Chibi our Mew. Our good buddy Mew here. Mew is that king of versatility that everyone says it is. It has almost every move in the game, which means it can cover any role. Defogger, Hazard Setter, Cleric, Defensive Wall, Spadef Wall, Special Sweeper, Physical Sweeper. It can do whatever you really want it to do, whenever you want to do it. It is that good of a Pokemon. In my personal opinion, I think Mew is easily one of the best Pokemon in Draft League. Period. There's no denying that. It is just that good. It is also one of my Z users because why would I not want a Z user that has moves of every single typing in the game of Pokemon? Why would I not want something like that on my team? That is just it's amazing. I can tech a Z move on to Mew that just fits the matchup to the best of its potential ability. It's just so good. It's just so good in that respect that I couldn't resist picking up Mew here once again on my team. Next up we have Salamence, who will be nicknamed Morrowind after the Elder Scrolls game, but really this thing is just an absolute beast. It's an absolute beast. Intimidate and Moxie are both amazing abilities. Moxie really helps to pick up potential sweeps. Intimidate allows this thing to be a very bulky threat. It gets Wish as a potential supporting move. A lot of different coverage. Its offensive stats are balanced fairly nicely. It's got those amazing pseudo-based stats. Just absolute monstrous Pokemon. It can do so many different things in battles, can do so many different things for the team. So I'm really, really excited to have Salamence on the team. It is another potential defogger, which is also really fantastic. This early on in the draft to have two defoggers already to go, which is awesome. Super happy to have that on the team. So yeah, that's our Morrowind and Salamence. Next up we have I believe I called her Emma Frost. The Alolan Ninetales. Yes, this thing sets up the hail. I was pretty pissed because later in the draft I did get sniped for the mon that I wanted. I was actually going to try to pick up Beartic to go along with this, so I had a little bit of a Slush Rush core, but that's entirely okay. I'm not too worried about it, but this thing sets up Hail, which is nice chip damage to get against my opponent's team sometime. Its 109 speed is really, really effective in a lot of matchups, really outspeeds a lot of unnecessary threats. Having access to Aurora Veil gives me potential setup opportunities for things like Morrowind, Chibi, and other mons on my team to get in behind those Aurora Veils, get in behind the Aurora Veil, take that reduced damage, set up, and sweep, which is always really, really effective. It's always an effective strategy to get out there. Ninetales just puts in a lot of work against a lot of teams. It has a lot of potential to just be offensive on its own because Ice typing is really good offensive typing, especially having access to Freeze Dry to be able to smack those water types with, which is super nice. Alola Ninetales is just a really cool Pokemon, and I don't think I've actually used it yet in Draft League. If I have, I apologize, but I just don't remember using it myself. So there we go. Next up, we have Tangrowth, and this is going to be the boy Juice Robinson from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Super bulky grass type, eats all the hits, super duper, amazing Pokemon with Regenerator. Really allows this thing to switch in and out and take a whole lot of punishment without really worrying too much about it. This thing is an absolute tank and a half. Absolutely love this Pokemon so much. I've used Tangrowth so many times in the past. It's always put in amazing work for me, so I'm really, really happy to have Tangrowth on the squad. Next up, I picked up my Fire type, being Chandelure. Chandelure is amazing because it has three useful abilities. Flame Body, potentially getting those 30% burns on mons. They try to give him a touch. That's always a fun thing to get because you never know when it can happen. Flash Fire to give us a potential fire immunity. And Infiltrator to break through those subs and screens. I'm gonna call him I'm gonna swing from the Chandelure, Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna swing the Chandelure. Special attack stat through the roof. Actually, really fairly decent natural bulk. This thing works as well as a spin blocker. Can put in a lot of work in that sense. Fantastic Pokemon. Chandelure is just amazing, and I really, really love this Pokemon. It's just so good. Yeah, Shandy's just great. So it's going to put in a lot of work for the team, I'm sure. I'm not like the most familiar with using Chandelure. I'm not the greatest with it, but I think I can make it work now. I've learned my ways of how to use this Pokemon to the best of its ability. Next up, we have Swampert, who's probably going to be referred to as Popeye. Probably just going to call him Popeye until I come up with a better name for him. But Popeye here, Torrent will most likely be the ability he keeps. Amazing natural bulk, good offense, good physical attacks, amazing physical attack stat, while also having a SPDEF stat. Amazing Pokemon. Gives me a Stealth Rocker, which is super nice so that Mew doesn't have to do it all the time. Only having one weakness in Grass allows me to really protect it with mons like Salamence, Juice, and Shandy, who have already gone by, and other mons on my team that also chew up Grass hits very easily. Just a fantastic Pokemon. So much bulk and amazing prowess. It has some decent decent coverage as well. This is going to be a very, very effective member of the team for sure. I love myself some Swampert. It's my favorite Gen 3 starter, so I'm really glad we have it here on the squad. Next up, we have Pepe, the Skuntank, Aftermath, the better ability. Of course, is another defogger, so we have 3 defoggers on the team, which is super awesome as well. Poison Dark typing, 2 typings that I don't have yet on the team. Poison typing is always nice to have because of fairies, plus dark typing as well is always nice to have. As it gives us access to priority with things like Sucker Punch. Defog, get rid of hazards. This thing can also absorb the toxic spikes for us, which is really nice if I feel like they're a threat. It's decent coverage on both sides. This thing puts in a lot of work with that. Speed tier is not bad either. 84 overpassing that base 80 speed tier. Really good natural bulk with that 103 HP stat. And it can be mixed offensive. Like 71 special attack isn't great, but it can run it in necessary situations as well. It's not gonna struggle too hard. So that is our Skuntank, so I'm super excited about that one. It's been a while since I used Skuntank. Next up, we have Dr. Giro. Back again, once again, Dr. Giro, our Registeel. Clear body for the ability, because we don't want our stats getting dropped. Not messing with that. Really fantastic Pokemon. Just has so much potential to put in a lot of work. It's super bulky across the board. You look at those stats, it's amazing. This is also another Stealth Rocker, so we now have 3 potential Stealth Rock options. So Mew can definitely stay away from putting rocks up on the field, which is always a good thing. Never want to have to force Mew to be a rocker on a regular basis. I've seen teams that literally Mew is their only rocker, which is super good. So I'm very happy with that. Dr. Giro's just a good Pokemon. Sorry, I keep spacing out a little bit there, but just has a lot of really awesome strategies you can pull off with Regirock. It's a really Registeel. It's a really fun Pokemon, and I'm happy to have it. I've used it to the fullest of its extent, I think, in many times in the past, so I'm really looking forward to doing so once again here. Next up, we have Electivire. I don't know what to call Electivire. I don't really have a nickname for Electivire. Oh god, I really don't have a nickname for Electivire. Wow. You know, I have, like, rough nicknames that I can come up with for most mons, but Electivire is just not the one that I got. Like, I normally kind of call them just J for JYT Gamer, but that just seems too cheap right now. I'll just call him J. Fuck it. That's about the best I got. We got J the Electivire. 75 HP, 123 attack, 67 defense, 95 special attack, 85 SPDF, and 95 in speed. Awesome speed tier. Great mixed offenses. 95 is never bad to have as an offensive stat. So he can be mixed in a lot of scenarios. A little bit of decent natural bulk there with the 85 SPDF. Really good for an AV mon. Its coverage is crazy through the roof. It has such amazing coverage on it. Electivire is a stellar Pokemon. I almost made it my second Z user on top of Mew, but my last Mon, you guys know him, you guys love him. We had to bring him back as a Z user on our team. He put in so much work for us in the AABL, and it is time for Krusty McGee, the Crustle here, to shine here in this league. Sturdy is an amazing ability, allowing him to get free setup a lot of the times. He is our second Z user. Things like Z Rock Wrecker are absolute nukes that things just don't switch in on. Plus, this thing's coverage is fantastic. It actually has a lot better coverage than most people would expect. You know, running things like Poison Jab, Knockoff, Night Slash, etc. Really, really awesome on in that sense. It also gets access to Spikes and Stealth Rock, so it's another Stealth Rocker while also giving us access to Spikes on the team, which is super duper fun. So I'm really, really pumped to have Crustle back on the squad. Crustle is amazing, and I'm super excited. I think Crustle is going to be an absolute treasure to have on the team once again, and I'm really excited to see what we can do with this season. But that's going to be it for now. That's going to do it for us on this team, on this draft analysis, this team breakdown. I'm super excited for PCR to be back. I'm really excited to dive back into this. So yeah, let's go. In this league, actually, we changed our name a little bit. We are the Humalau Huntails. So I'm super pumped to have that as our team name. Really, really pumped here. So we're gonna see what happens with this shit. So yeah. That being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Until next time, I'm PokePrimer, and I am signing off. Peace.